Hi, I'm Stephanie Laska. I lost 140 pounds and created Dirty Lazy Keto. Thanks for joining me here on the YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe and enjoy the show. Keto-friendly chocolate ideas. Keto-friendly chocolate ideas. Aren't you excited about this topic? I know I am. I love chocolate, so that's what probably made my tongue tie when I said it out loud. Now, I'm not talking about this kind of chocolate. This is not the keto-friendly chocolate at all. We will not be discussing this one bit. In fact, we're going to throw this across the room. Goodbye, chocolate cake. Goodbye forever, my friend. You are not part of my circle. I shouldn't even call it my friend, right? My enemy. Because I used to make that after school as a young person and even as an adult. I'll tell the truth. But I would make cake batter and chocolate deliciousness of that sort. And then I would just eat the batter. I wouldn't even make a cake or a cupcake or cookies or anything. I would just eat the batter. So really, I shouldn't call that my friend. It's been quite a journey losing 140 pounds. But I didn't just give up chocolate along the way. I had to figure out what was going to work for me. I couldn't be licking the batter of Duncan Hines chocolate cake or frosting or any of that stuff anymore. I really needed to figure out what would be a keto-friendly option for me to keep me on track, to still get my cravings met, where I didn't feel deprived. Because let's face it, a lot of what goes on with weight loss is emotional, and it's in our brain. And people don't want to admit that. The doctors, people, the snooty people, they're all like, you have to be perfect, and you shouldn't want that, and you need willpower, and wah. Okay, I don't like those people. I don't think you do either. That's why you're here. Yes, amen to that, right? Can I go? We don't like those people. They're difficult, and they make us, they're all judgy, and they make us feel small and weak. Now, the truth is we can have keto-friendly, sugar-free items. We can have substitutes. We just need to figure out a plan for how we're going to do that and do it in moderation in a way that'll keep you on track. Now, do you agree with that? You do? Please give me a thumbs up if you do, because this is serious. This is serious business. I want to know if you agree with me or if you're one of the judgy people out there that are like, no, I'm good. I just need to be perfect. And da. No, those people shouldn't be listening. This is the dirty keto group, folks. So if you think you have to be perfect and not have anything fun once in a while, okay, tune off, run hither. You're not in the right place. But for the rest of you who agree with me, who think, yeah, I'm here and I want to learn, I want to find out some ideas, then you're in the right place, because I'm going to give you six different categories of keto-friendly chocolate ideas. So 6 bunches of ideas. But I have a whole bunch of ideas that are just going to be under the umbrella of 6 different topics. That way I stay organized. Because when I get excited about food, then I just can't stop. You all know this about me. If you're here, it's not your first time, right? Okay, well, let's get started here. So number 1, first idea that I want to share with you is I want to talk about chocolate candy. Chocolate candy, there we go, is going to be a topic that is worthy of consideration. Because a lot of us back in the olden days, right, when we were heavier people, or maybe it's you starting off right now, a lot of us had a love affair relationship with full-size candy bars, especially at like Halloween time or, right, any time, I guess. But we loved these candies and sweets, and it got us into trouble. And willpower is not going to turn this ship around, folks. We need to make a plan for how we are going to deal with those cravings when they happen. Because let's be real, they're going to happen. So what are our sugar-free options? I'm going to show you some of the commercial keto chocolates that have helped me during my journey. Now, I'm not saying I eat these every day, all day long. I'm just saying these are options that I put in my tool chest or in my keto toolbox. Atkins makes some pretty good candies, right? Have you guys tried Atkins candies? If you have, tell me in the comments which ones and why, and if you liked them or not. Have you tried any of the Chalk Zero chocolate options? These are also sugar-free. Here is the peanut butter cups, a sample provided to me from Chalk Zero. Thank you very much. And notice I didn't open it. Notice I kept it just for you. Do you know how hard that is, people? I'm always on the lookout when I'm at grocery outlet or different grocery stores for any kind of chocolate treat or dessert that says no sugar. Here's a peppermint patty option. Because, I want to share these with you. I want to try them out. Now, a lot of you are thinking, well, I have a favorite, Stephanie. So tell the world in the comments, please, because I tend not to go out and buy so much of this unless I have a podcast I'm putting together. but I don't want to miss out on something new, so you better keep me informed. Chalk Zero Keto Bark, dark chocolate, pretty tasty stuff. Now, what about just using Lily's chocolate? Is anyone a Lily's fan out there? My son picked these up for me at Target the other day in a few different flavors, and they're so good. I have to hide them in the freezer from my husband because he eats them, and that makes me so mad. So I'm like, they're mine. They're a little pricey, right? Do you buy M&Ms or chocolate candies that are commercially available, like at Target? Where do you pick them up at? And where do you get a good price? Because like we're saying, some of these items can be hard to find, right? Now, some of you might have realized, and hopefully you're sharing this in the comment, that some sugar-free chocolates or chocolate candies are available at, did anyone put it in the comments? Gold star to you if you did. The Dollar Tree. I know, right? The Dollar Tree or Dollar Store, the 99-cent store, whatever kind of dollar value discount store you have in your town. Take a look because they tend to get these. They're diabetic-friendly candy. And as you know, what, 2/3 of people in the United States either have diabetes or they're about to. So the diabetic-friendly market is really picking up. So you're going to see more and more sugar-free type products, I believe, coming on board. And sugar-free means keto-friendly in my book. Y'all can disagree, but that's my opinion. What other candies have you tried? Have you tried Hershey's brand? Some of these are at Walmart. I picked these up, Reese's Zero Sugar, especially around the holidays, right, where people are putting candy in their stocking or Valentine's Day, Halloween, when candy's kind of at the forefront. That's when a lot of these things start plaguing my mind. They start calling my name. So that's when I'm really making sure that I have some kind of a sugar-free keto chocolate on hand, just in case. You feel me? It's not like you're having it every day, all day, every day, all day, which, you know, if it's not bothering your weight loss or your weight maintenance or your GI tract, then more power to you. However, finding a little bit of chocolate candy that works for you and when to have it and how much, that's part of the plan that I recommend for you to be successful. Now, some of you out there might be saying, well, those bother me. I don't know. I don't like them. Please tell me in the comments if they're bothering you or having, you know, some kind of trouble or if you have warnings about them. Put that in the comments too. I think that's important. It's not like you have to have products with sugar-free or sugar alcohols or those kinds of things that cause problems, if you know what I mean. There are other options out there too to get your same chocolate fix. And I will go through some of those. Here's a couple I'll just highlight. What about getting Lind chocolate or Ghirardelli or some kind of good quality chocolate, but get a high cocoa percentage, like 85% or 100%. Now, mind you, they may taste different than maybe you're used to in the past, but you're not getting that sugar alcohol. So let me know what's working for you, you know, and let me know what's not working for you too. And I will let everyone chit chat in the comments while I spin the wheel and pick a prize for today. Because somebody's going to win from just randomly commenting. And I do this often, not just today. It might be tomorrow, it might be in a month. Whenever I'm in a good mood. Ooh, it's a fridge magnet. So if you would like to win a Dirty Lazy Keto Food Pyramid fridge magnet, you should comment below or even tell me, pick me, Stephanie, I really want one. This will help you stay on track. This is how I spread out my carbs every day, what I recommend to maximize your weight loss. And it's a nice, helpful little magnet for your fridge. So every time you walk up, you're like, oh, Stephanie recommends this. It's just a nice little visual reminder. Anyway, did anyone in the comments have anything negative to say about some of those sugar-free candies? That was all part of number one. I'm curious. Because I can't move on until I hold up my giant beware sign. Did anyone put in the comments like, don't eat too many? Watch out, right? Did anyone say that in the comments? Because beware. Whenever you eat too many of sugar alcohols, what happens? We're all amongst friends. You can share if you want to. But you're right. It can cause some intestinal issues that maybe aren't very pretty. We'll just put it that way. That is enough to say, right? I don't even have to say anymore. Now, I'll make a funny joke here. Transition. I want to share or highlight a recipe, rather. It is in the No Time to Cook cookbook, the Dirty Lazy Keto No Time to Cook cookbook. If you have this copy, check out page 195 because there is an amazing recipe here for chocolate keto candy. And the recipe title is called Mama's Movin' Fast Chocolate. Movin' fast. So it's a play on words. That's my joke. Wait, where's my gone? Oh. Get it? It's moving fast, like the intestinal issue. But really, I called it, it's moving fast fudge because it'll go really fast in your house. It's so tasty and so delicious, so easy to make. You may have overlooked it because it's on page 195, and as you'll see here, there's no picture. So you probably just went right past it. But you definitely want to open up your book, The Dirty Lazy Keto No Time to Cook Cookbook, and check out page 195 because that is a recipe you don't want to miss. It is outstanding. So that's all part of number one. You feeling good about number one? You have any thoughts, comments, questions? Put that below. And while you're typing, I'm going to move on to number two. And topic number two is all about keto desserts. Here are my recommendations for keto-friendly chocolates, sugar-free chocolate type deliciousness, but in the umbrella of the keto dessert category. Now here is where you're going to find all sorts of yummy deliciousness when you're out at the store. Now tell me where you're finding these things. Some of the items that I want to share with you today that are very popular amongst the keto community, right? When you're having a need for a keto dessert and some chocolate, High Key makes like some amazing cookies out there. Here's another brand. This is called Super Fat. Terrible name. Keto Cookie Bites. What other cookies have you seen on the market? Which kind do you like? What brand? Where do you buy them? How much do they generally cost? Tell me if they're worth it. Tell the group if you're worth it. You're worth it. I know that. But what about the product? What do you really like when it comes to keto desserts and you're shopping at the store? Have you ever picked up one of the keto cookies? Are they any good to you? They come in different flavors. Do you perhaps buy some of these cake mixes or brownie mixes? Duncan Hines has some. I know we threw one across the room earlier. But Lakanto is a sugar-free brownie mix. A lot of the companies now are offering these items, right? Here's another example. This is called Keto Bites. They're little brownie bites. Who's the company here? Let me put on my glasses. It's very small. Truffalettes de France. Fancy. With cocoa nibs. Oh. Fancy, fancy. Sometimes I find these things at TJ Maxx or at, what's the other place? What's it called? I'm thinking. Grocery outlet, I said that. TJ Maxx. Some of these off, grocery stores that are discounting. Walmart, I mentioned. Target, of course. I'll keep mentioning stores. And you too. And of course, the Dollar Tree. We came up with that. Occasionally, I have to order things online. This one is a keto pudding. It's by Simply Delish. It's a chocolate instant pudding right here. It's 4 grams net carbs per a quarter of the package. And it's okay. I had to order this one on Amazon, though, which was kind of a bummer. I also found this at our local grocery store. This is Jimmy Keto-Friendly Chocolate Fudge Pudding. And it's actually made already. And I know Jell-O has a sugar-free chocolate pudding at the grocery store as well. One thing that bugs me about these is they brag about, 5 grams net carbs, blah, blah, blah. They say it's low carb, but when I flip it over and look at the nutrition label, it says total carbs 43, dietary fiber 18. I'm like, sugar, alcohol 20. I don't know about that. Like, yes, I'm dirty keto. Yes, I'm very open-minded. But if something is starting off at 43 carbs, and then you're just like shoveling a bunch of like tapioca starch or artificial fiber in there, it's not like it's negating the actual product. It's got to go somewhere, right? It's kind of a mystery when it comes to how this all works. But for me, anyway, these are kind of a high-risk item. I'd be curious what you think. For you, it might not be. So please share your experience on how these are working out. I think once in a while I can handle these items, but occasionally I'll get out of control. And I really have to be careful. Here's another package of sugar-free cookies. These are diabetic-friendly. They are chocolate chip. But something interesting to know, I got these at a local grocery store like Safeway, Vons. But it says sugar-free. That doesn't mean necessarily that it's carb-free. You got to remember, sugar-free is one thing, but it still might have flour in it, right? Flour turns into carbs. So be careful and read the nutrition label and stick to the recommended serving size, which is very difficult to do. I understand. I understand. So if that's an issue for you, please share. please share. I mean, I'm the type of person that even if I'm making like a keto-friendly, official labeled chocolate delicious pack of fudge or candy or dessert or anything, even if it says keto, I have a really hard time sticking to the portion control. You know what I'm saying? I'll be going back to my old habits sometimes where I want to lick that whole bowl of batter. So do you know you? If you are the kind of person that can't make, you know, I'm always seeing people on social with the sugar-free chocolate pudding mix, and they mix it with a whole container of half and half, and then they eat it all. And I'm like, okay, I worry about you because that is a lot of situations going on into the body. And then people start gaining weight and they get mad. They're like, well, keto's not fair. Keto's not fair. I gain weight. I'm like, yeah, you just ate like 2 gallons of heavy, whipping cream. Not a good idea, right? And I talk about that a lot in Extra Easy Keto in this book. I go through the whole numbers specifically with the sugar-free pudding of chocolate because that one in particular, for some reason, it's super popular and social. So I really break it down and go into that whole example and explain why, for many of us, that is a very, very dangerous, explosive idea. So just keep that in mind. So let me know what you guys think. I mean, is that going to work for you? Can you have these types of commercial keto desserts? Or do you do better at making a dessert yourself? Is that more your style? Another recommended item I know I shared with you the fudge already, but also in the same book, if you have a copy of the Dirty Lazy Keto No Time to Cook cookbook, think about maybe making a baked good like a chaffle or a brownie or something from the cookbook that's different than just eating candy or the dessert type thing. Here is a recipe for the double quick. That's what it's called. Double quick, double chocolate chaffles. And this is on page 61. And they are outstanding. They are delicious. No picture again, so you just have to take my word for it. But for some reason, I do better when it comes to like making a recipe. I'm able to portion it out. A keto-friendly recipe, that is. I'm able to portion it out, put some in the freezer. It just seems different than these packaged items. These kind of take me back to old behaviors while I end up wanting to eat like a Chips Ahoy, eat the whole sleeve. What do you guys think? I'm curious if you agree, what your thoughts are. And this is a real controversial topic, and there's no clear-cut answer, and it's not going to be the same for you as it is for that person. Do you agree with that? I do. I think that it can be very different, and we all have to be sensitive to the fact that, some people can't handle that sugar-free sweetener. Some people will eat them all. Some people go on to binge behavior, right? Or other people are just fine, and they're like, I can make anything in the cookbook, and I'm good. So think about what's going to work best for you. And if you do like the baked goods and learning how to make more low sugar or low carb type desserts, check out the cookbook. Right after this video, I will link up a full episode on how to make chocolate keto brownies with an easy recipe, and it's also from this book. So there you go. You can think about that. Brownies. Coming up next. So let's move on to number 3, because I told you I have 6 categories of items to share with you today. Everybody doing good? A lot of questions coming in? A lot of people are saying the portion control is a problem, right? So I'm with you on that. Sometimes the keto candy or chocolate desserts can be tough. So here's another idea for you to consider when it comes to getting that chocolate craving, but without, ruining your whole hard work that you've done. And for me, this next item, number 3, is going to be called to go nuts. I want you to go nuts. That's tip number 3. Go nuts. And I'll give you a couple of ideas about what I mean by that. You're like, what is she talking about? Cocoa nuts. Here is a Fage yogurt. I share with you guys all the time. I love this high-fat yogurt in the morning for breakfast because it's so rich and filling and delicious. Now, sometimes, especially if I'm on vacation, when my family's having like ice cream and I'm hangry about it, I'll make sure to buy some of these from the grocery store and keep them in the condo or hotel, or I brought them with me in my cooler, and I'll go ahead and make myself like a little sundae. So in addition to breakfast or in lieu of breakfast, or sometimes at breakfast, I will have a little sundae made out of Fage yogurt. And what I do, I know, right? You like that idea. It's good. And what I do is I take chocolate chips, sugar-free chocolate chips. Here's a couple of different, well, first of all, I'm going to mix this with some vanilla, maybe some sugar-free sweetener, because you got to get this up to par, right? You don't want it all bland and boring. And then I'm going to top it with a sprinkle of sugar-free chocolate chips. I have an example here of Chalk Zero. These are fabulous. Lily's, fabulous. Here's another one I like, which some people might freak out about in the comments. Hershey's. I know, right? I think it has maltol. People get really mad about that. You do you. If it doesn't bother you, fine. Sometimes the price of different products bother me. So I mix it up, and I sprinkle some sugar-free chocolate chips on my Faya yogurt. Here's another one, Lily's. And I might even add some strawberries, or I might add some actual peanuts. But either way, I'm going for some kind of a dessert type style. Sometimes I will even buy like a Lily's chocolate bar or a high cocoa real chocolate bar and just shave it on top, or keep it in the freezer and then chop it into little tiny shavings and pieces. That way I'm not having so much of the chocolate. I'm still getting the chocolate experience, but I'm not like overdoing it to the point where I'm having problems, if you know what I mean. Another nut that's super good and low carb to have on your sundae is macadamia nuts. So explore what's going to work best for you. I think it's fun to think about going nuts as an opportunity to stay low carb. Have you ever tried cocoa dusted chocolate almonds? Now, they're not coated in candy. They're not coated in actual chocolate. They're dusted in cocoa powder. For me, they do the trick, and I keep these on hand because they are delicious. And as long as I stick to a serving size of, usually it's a 1/4 cup for nuts. I'm going to verify that real quick. Look on the package. Yep. 24 nuts, 1 ounce. That's usually a 1/4 cup. Then I can stick to it being a lower carb type snack. So tell me what you think and if that's worked for you. Something else I like, and I've talked about this in Extra Easy Keto as one of the options for, getting your dessert fix on, because I give you lots of meal ideas, dessert ideas inside this book. One item a lot of people forget about, and it's so easy, so easy, so easy. I'm going to reach over here and grab my... I'm always throwing stuff on the floor. But what about making like a little bit of trail mix? So easy to do. Trail mix, you get your sweet, you get your salty. Try to make a little blend of all the things you like. For example, some sugar-free chocolate chips of your choosing. Maybe some shredded coconut. You want to get the unsweetened variety. You could do peanuts. What else could you do in there? Think about pistachios or macadamia nuts. What else could you put in there? Hemp seed. You could toast them up. Think about going to the movies and having like a little bit of trail mix in a Ziploc and how happy that would make you feel. Yummy, right? I know. So tell me, what would you put in your trail mix? Put that comment below because I would like to hear so that we can win a prize and also share because I would like to try your thought. Should we move on to number 4? Yes? Okay, now number 4, let's talk about cafe mocha. That's my 4th idea for getting a chocolate fix. You may not have thought of this, but what about getting a flavored coffee? These are like 0 carb. That's amazing. When you talk about having a chocolate type experience and a cafe mocha, and you're getting it for 0 carbs, that is like, woo, celebration. I should get out my celebration balloon. Seriously, and there's so many fun flavors out these days. That is a fun way to get a chocolate fix. Now, it may not be making a full cup, brew pot. Maybe you were just interested in doing the little Keurig thing. What do you have at your house? I have everything. I have them all. My countertops are full. But here's a few of my favorite flavors. I like to order these particularly on Amazon. They're Friendly's ice cream flavors. Check these out. I'm holding up a couple examples. And it's chocolate marshmallow swirl. Hello, that's the name of a coffee. And this one is a Sunday coffee. Can't read the tiny print. But just the pictures alone make me happy, I swear. A lot of weight loss is mental, right? Some of these we pick up at like grocery outlet or Walmart or even on travels. I was in Kauai at the coffee plantation and they had like a coconut chocolate coffee blend. And I'm like, oh, that's going to work. So I brought home some of that. So it's a fun thing to explore is all the different flavors of coffees and Keurigs, and you can celebrate the 0 carbness. Amen to that. Now, if you're just having regular coffee and you don't like all those like fancy, weirdo special order flavors, you might find that just adding some kind of coffee flavoring or a creamer to your coffee, some kind of coffee chocolate flavor could do the same trick. I know Torani has different flavors. Chocolate is one of them. White chocolate is one of them. They have a ton of flavors. In the beginning of my journey, you guys, of losing 140 pounds, you know my picture. I'll show it one more time. In the beginning of my journey, I was obsessed with these Toranis, and I would buy the gift packs, especially at the holidays, and they'd come in all the flavors, like gingerbread, eggnog, not just chocolate. And I'd try them all. And it was like such a fun treat, and then it would last me throughout the year. And there's other brands too. So it's not just these added syrups that could give you a coffee chocolate experience or mocha experience, but you can also add straight up syrups. Like this one is from RX Sugar. It's made with allulose, and it's organic chocolate. They offer that. Even if you're a Walmart shopper, great value. It has a chocolate, what does it say? Flavored syrup. It's not as good, I think, as the RX brand. I'm just saying. But if this is what's available to you and the price is right, you might go for it, right? That's what I like to say. I'm always like shopping at Big Lots. That was the one I was trying to think of a few minutes ago. I'm always shopping at like Big Lots and stores like that. And when I see fun things like Walden Farms chocolate syrup, and it's at a steep discount, I'm willing to try it. And if it's good, I might go, okay. Sometimes not. But at least it's worth a fun try. And it makes me stay kind of motivated. Did anyone in the comments suggest in your coffee putting a little bit of chocolate protein drink? A lot of people do that. That's a great idea to get a little bit more protein in your breakfast. I'm holding up Premier Chocolate chocolate flavor. 30 grams for the whole ready-to-use container. But you might just pour a little bit in and get that deliciousness. Here's a couple more pure. This is an artificial sweetener that you can squirt into your coffee and get that experience. Or you could even add these things to like a cup of non-fat, not non-fat. Add it to a cup of like almond milk, like non-dairy milk alternative. I just thought of that on the fly. That's why I stumbled in my words. But do you guys ever do that? Just have a cup of milk, make a chocolate milk. You can do that. Just use the dairy alternative milks that are low in carb. So tell me your thoughts on that. Tell me how you get your mocha fix. Do you make it yourself? Do you go to Starbucks or one of those places? And what do you order there? Tell us. Dutch Bros. Where do you go? How do you do it? Give us a tip. Put it in the comments. I want to learn from you too. Don't just leave me out here blabbing about my own little shopping experience at my discount stores. Number 5, I want to just highlight some of the many chocolate protein options specifically. Now, I just mentioned to you that little chocolate protein drink, but a lot of you guys love this stuff. You buy it by the case. You buy it at Costco, right? Anyone? You buy in the powder, the chocolate powders, whether it be Premier Protein or a different brand, a lot of the competing options. Fairlife. Do you guys like Fairlife chocolate? For some reason at Costco, I was trying to buy like 10 cases the other day, and they stopped me and said, no, you can only buy 2. I'm like, seriously? I'm trying to spend money here. And they would not let me take more than 2 out the door. Shocking. So tell me what drink or protein chocolate experience you are doing and what's working for you. And what about chocolate protein bars? I almost didn't put this in here because I feel like this could be its own little episode. But I personally, I enjoy them once in a while, but here's my advice for you guys. If you want my advice, I'll share. You got to hear it anyway. You're here. My advice for you is to treat chocolate protein bars like a candy bar, like the olden days candy bar. These can be really easy to overeat, and people start relying on them as meal replacements, and then they're having this plus a meal, blah, blah, blah. I understand because I've been there. I used to have one of these every day driving home from work at the beginning of my journey. I was like, oh, I deserve it. I've lost blah, blah, blah. I've worked so hard. I'm going to eat it on the way home. I wasn't even hungry. I didn't even need it. And I had to take a look at that because during my journey, when my weight loss would maybe plateau or stall, I'd think, well, what am I doing that's unnecessary? And this was one of the things that jumped out at me is, I don't really have to have one of these every day. And there's a lot going on in these that could be stalling my weight loss or just making me overeat. So I take a look at these and I limit myself to enjoying them now more like on vacation or an emergency setting or just once in a while. That's just what's working for me. Tell me what works for you. We're not all the same, guys. This is just my story. I do want to move on to number 6. Are we having fun? It's fun to talk about chocolate, isn't it? Puts me in a good mood. Let's talk about number 6. I want to talk about hot chocolate. Hot chocolate. Hot chocolate. Now, I have told you guys in the past that the hot chocolate commercial products, so wonky, you guys. You go to the store, like here's Meyer's hot cocoa mix. It's no sugar added, but when you look at the carb count on the nutrition label, it's 9 grams. Sad, Meyer's, no good. But then here's Nestle. It's a fat-free version of their hot cocoa mix, and it's only 4 grams in net carbs. 4. So random, and it's fat-free. And we don't do the fat-free around here. So there's weird stuff going on when it comes to hot chocolate. If you found a commercial product or a commercial blend, let me know. But here's my free recipe for you that I want to walk you through. So simple, so easy. Let's just make it very, very, very simple. Okay? Get out your mug. Here we go. Get out your mug. Yes, you can buy one of these in the Dirty Lazy Keto merch store. How fun, right? All my mugs are DLK and fun. Fill it with some water and almond milk or whatever non-dairy, low-carb milk alternative you are into. I like these as opposed to filling the whole thing up with some kind of half and half or heavy whipping cream, because that stuff, it gets out of control. I was mentioning that earlier. So make sure the majority of your cup for your hot chocolate is going to be either water or a non-dairy, low-carb, like almond milk, something like that. Now, I love my little gadget here. I bought this on Amazon. It's less than $10. It's like a frother, I think is what it's called. Super fun. And my friend Tamara taught me, you want to put your cream in first, like your heavy cream, a little splash, or half and half, whatever you're using. Put that in first, and then use this little gadget. You don't have to, but it's just cool. Makes me feel important. And it froths it up, okay? And then I'm going to add my hot water. I'm going to add my hot almond milk or non-dairy, whatever milk that you're using. I'm going to add a little bit of sugar-free sweetener of your choosing, monk fruit, whatever, sucralose. You do you, allulose. No judgment here. Put whatever you need, how much you need to make it taste the way you like it. Put in a little bit of cocoa powder. This is should be always carb-free because it's just cocoa powder. Just cocoa powder. Read the label. You don't want that stuff from the 99-cent store where they add sugar. So cocoa powder should just be 100% cocoa powder. So add some in there for taste, and then stir it up, heat it up, mix it up. I like this frother. It's so fun. And that's it. How simple is that? Of course, if you're like me, you want the full chocolate, hot chocolate experience, you're going to want to put a little poot of real whipped cream on top. Real. None of that garbage stuff. Put the real deal on, and then get out your little sprinkle of hot cocoa at the end. This is not hot cocoa. This is sprinkle of not hot. It's your sprinkle of cocoa powder. And then you just sprinkle that right on the top of your real cream, just so it looks pretty. If you really want to get wild and crazy, another idea that I do sometimes is I'll throw a sugar-free peppermint candy on the bottom. And it gives it that special flavor for the holidays. So I hope that was exciting to you, because that's exciting to me. People ask a lot about hot chocolate. And really, it's that simple. It's just basically water, a little bit of cream, some kind of fat, right, whatever you got on hand, a little cocoa powder, maybe a little vanilla, some sugar-free sweetener, the cocoa. Blend it all up. That's it. Voila. You're good to go. It doesn't have to be so fancy and purchased at the store and such a big ordeal. I mean, here is my goal for you guys, is just to support you as you get into ketosis and stay in ketosis, because that is how you lose weight. That is how you get the benefits of the keto diet, even beyond weight loss. So it doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be full of math and stressful or expensive. It doesn't have to be full of, weird shopping lists and driving around in circles. It can be fun. It can be exciting. And it's always delicious, at least how I do it. And it's always, always, always doable for everyone. So I'm going to coach you through the basics. If you need help getting started, you need to get back on track, I always recommend you start with this book. It's called Extra Easy Keto. I got it propped up over here. This is how I go through the whole kit and caboodle in 7 days. So easy. It's extra easy. Extra easy. That's why I called it extra easy, where every day I'm like, day 1, this is what you need to know. Think about it. Here's your homework. Day 2, do this. Here's your homework. Day 3, here's the cheat sheets. More cheat sheets. More cheat sheets. Go to the store. Here's a grocery list. Here's the meal planning. Here's more cheat sheets. It's all in here, and it's super easy to follow, and it's fun to read. That's what I recommend you do. So I'm here to support you on your journey. I'm here to help you every step of the way. I'm here to celebrate you and say things like, good job, way to go. You know, you did it. Gold star to you. Your future is bright. Dream big. I want to be here every step of the way to celebrate you and give you lots of celebrations and claps and woohoos, woohoos, woohoos. Because we need that for each other, right? We are a community, and that's why I'm so glad that you join me every week. I come with a new video, a new topic, a new discussion, and then I give you lots and lots of applause. So thank you so much for being here. And remember the next video? Do you remember what it is? Yes? What is it? Were you listening? Put it in the comments if you remember. Gold star to you. I might pick you for a prize. Who's paying attention? Do you remember? That's right. It was the keto brownies, the chocolate brownie recipe. So that'll be our next one up, and I hope that you'll stay tuned for that one. I'll put it right below. Make it easy, or right after. Okay.